Namaste and hi friends, it's Parvati here with Visionary Veda, bringing you a very special and important Vedic astrology report for this month of May 2024. This is a very pivotal and powerful month. In fact, probably the most important month for this entire year. Now, why is that? There is a lot happening this month that I would like to go over with you, but especially, probably the most important is today, May 1st. Not only is it May Day or Beltane today, happy Beltane everybody, but it is the day that the great benefic or the great guru, the planet Jupiter, is changing signs. Yes, that's right. Today, May 1st, Jupiter is transiting, leaving the sign of Aries, moving into the sign of Taurus. What are the implications of this? What does this all mean? I'm going to go over in this report. As well as this month of May, we have an important conjunction happening in the sidereal sign of Pisces with Mars meeting the planet or the graha Rahu. When these two forces conjoin, it can cause a great deal of disruption to our world as well as deep in our psyches. So more on that. And we also have, amongst all of these changes, we have the most auspicious day of the year, Akshaya Tritiya, happening this month as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So the most important thing that's happening is the change of Rashi, or the change of signs happening with the great benefic planet Jupiter. Now, Jupiter stays in one sign for approximately a year at a time. This is also the way that the Chinese denote their zodiac based on what sign Jupiter is occupying. Now, it is moving into Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign ruled by the planet Venus. Now, Venus and Jupiter are known to be both the great benefics and both the great gurus of the planets. They are, even though they're benefic, even though they're both the great gurus or teachers, their energies very much are very different. They are very different from each other. The planet Jupiter is the guru of the devas, the guru of the gods. It's a very high spiritual planet. It cares about law. It cares about dharma, the dharmic order of things, the righteousness of things. It cares about wisdom. It cares about justice and higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Whereas the planet or the graha Venus is more about the material well-being. It's more about the monetary system. It's more about our comforts, our luxuries, our security. This is going to be key this year, security, as well as things that sustain us, like food, like shelter, feelings of well-being, transportation, and things of the like. Things that make our lives comfortable on a material level is what Venus is in charge of. So when these two energies come together by Jupiter transiting the sign of Taurus, then we can see the themes of security, of money, of financial security, of real estate, things of value, of luxuries coming into the main focus for everybody. Not only is it a fixed sign, so it's a very rigid sign, it's not easily changeable. So whatever comes up that's going to trigger these points of financial security, of value, of housing, of conveyances, of vehicles, of transportation, of luxury items, of things such as precious metals, such as gold. Jupiter rules gold. Things that make us feel secure is going to be highlighted. Now, I feel like this coming year, it's going to also, the markets are going to be quite volatile. People are going to be changing their investments into things that they feel are more long-standing and actually tangible, because Taurus is that sign of tangible goods. But we also have to look at Jupiter's 5th and 9th aspects, as well as its 7th aspect. From Taurus, the 7th aspect is going to be on the sign Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, right? It's also got the aspect of Saturn and Rahu. So the 3 major planets or grahas are all aspecting the sign of Scorpio, which is showing us that this coming year, we're going to have a lot of transformation behind the scenes. Now, Jupiter is the only major planet that's changing signs this year. We have Saturn, which is in its own sign, co-ruled with Rahu of Aquarius, which is showing the people, it's showing democracy. We have Rahu that's going to stay in Pisces for the entire year, which also shows quite a lot of ambition, as well as murkiness, confusion, delusion in our minds, this unclarity, this instability happening. And now we have Jupiter, which has moved out of Aries and is in the earthy sign of Taurus. It has special aspects, just like Saturn does, just like Rahu does, just like Mars does. All the outer planets have these special drishtis or aspects. Jupiter, being the planet of dharma or dharma, of righteousness, of doing the right thing, is aspecting the dharma trine. So it is 1, 5, and 9. Its 5th aspect falls on the earth sign of Virgo, which denotes food, herbs, healing, purity. So these significations of Virgo are also going to come into effect for this next year. It also has its 9th aspect on the sign of Capricorn, which denotes established order, established business, big business. So it could show a sustaining of these big business, profiteering, inflation, prices going up, and the people, Saturn, democracy, in the sign of Aquarius, wanting something new, wanting to bring in a change, wanting to change the status quo. There's going to be a lot of this sort of back and forth happening this year between the powers that be and the established order, and an urgency or a feeling of needing to change that and shift it to have a more balanced effect, especially with Virgo, the sign that rules grains, it rules farming, it rules herbs, it rules food, basically the harvest. With Jupiter throwing its 5th aspect on that, things related to food can be on the forefront for this coming year. We also have this month a very powerful Angarak Yoga, which is the meeting of the planet Mars with Rahu in the sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces is ruled by the planet Jupiter. And whenever a planet is changing signs like Jupiter is today, it takes some time for it to gain strength and power. So unfortunately, this month, when Mars does meet Rahu on the 18th, it can show some kind of disturbance, some kind of aggression, some kind of an issue with our watery system. So it can show natural disasters, hurricanes, cyclones, things of that nature. It can show waterborne diseases. It can also show a disturbance in deep within our collective consciousness, because Pisces rules that area of our lives. It's the deep oceans. It's the coming together. It's the oneness. It's the unifying collective consciousness of humanity. And it will cause a disturbance in that. So we will find it harder to unite as a collective, as a human race with one another. It causes disturbances or waves in that ocean, that cosmic ocean of oneness and unity. So we have to be aware of anger coming up inside of all of us from deep within our subconscious or unconscious emotions and minds. You know, this conjunction is going to be exact on the 18th. Mars has already moved into the sign of Pisces since the 23rd of April. And Rahu's been there for since, like several months now. So when these two planets, these two grahas connect, it shows a expansion of aggression, of disruption, of frustration. And in the cosmic unifying sign of Pisces, it's something that we all need to be aware of. And that's going to be on the 18th, the same day that Jupiter, the Lord of Pisces, is going to be in deep combustion with the sun. The sun and Jupiter are going to be completely conjoined on the 18th as well as the planet Venus is going to be conjoined with Uranus. So the 18th is a day to be aware of. It's a day to try not to react to things that might happen around that time, or try not to react to your own internal feelings that day, because there's these three major conjunctions happening, which could be a disruptive factor, not only at the world at large, but also within ourselves. Now, all of that being said, I could say so much more about this ingress of Jupiter that begins today into Taurus. It's going to last for 1 year. It isn't the best sign for Jupiter to be in, but it's also not the worst sign. It's going to just show expansion of these themes. It can show expansion of people wanting to feel good, of indulgences, of the need for feeling more secure in life. The most important thing is to not grasp towards things to make ourselves feel better, but turn inward to our wisdom, to our innate wisdom, because Jupiter is that planet of wisdom. And if we allow it to, we can see the deeper knowledge of what true security is like, instead of operating out of some sort of expanding fear of our security. But these are topics that I do feel are going to be on the forefront for the coming year. Now, these are just really general indications. If you want to see how this plays out in your own chart, then it's best to do a personalized Vedic astrology reading with either myself or any Vedic astrologer that you feel a connection to help shed light as to how this is going to play out in your chart. Jupiter usually, in most cases, is a benefic planet. It shows growth. It shows the growth of wisdom, intelligence, understanding, law, order. So many good things can come about in this transit as well. I don't want to outline just the things that are sort of, not, or sort of negative, but it's important to be aware of the possibilities of these things coming into play in this coming year with this planetary aspect and position. On the 10th of May, we have the very auspicious day, the most auspicious day of the year, the Akshaya Tritiya happening, where the sun is exalted and the moon will be exalted as well. The moon will be conjoined with Jupiter on this day, forming the Gajekesari Yoga, which is a very powerful royal yoga. So to this day of Akshaya Tritiya on the 10th of May is the best day to start anything new. And I want to encourage all of my viewers that usually this day people start their businesses, or in India they'll buy gold, because anything that you begin on this day will expand. But especially for this Akshaya Tritiya, because the moon is going to be with Jupiter, causing an extra special yoga to happen, I want to encourage everybody to make donations, to do things that are beyond their own personal gain. Of course, it's okay if you want to start something for your own personal gain on this day, but the effect of helping and healing the whole can be also magnified on this day. So any kind of donation, any kind of service, any kind of meditation group, any kind of prayers for peace on this earth, which is badly needed right now, will be magnified. So I want to encourage all my viewers to use this time to be able to give something back to the greater good, especially because shortly after that we're going to have this exact conjunction of Mars and Rahu, which can cause a lot of divisive separation types of deep feelings within amongst each other. The more that we can focus on peace and unity, it's just the better for us all. So nothing to fear, just things to be aware of, especially with the Mars Rahu conjunction. Just know that on the 18th, on that day, you can be feeling, and leading up to it this whole month, you can be feeling a lot of angst, a lot of anger, worry, just like these intense feelings arising from deep within your subconscious minds. And just know that your minds collectively will most likely this year turn to the topics of security, finance, inflation, food, conveyances, transport, costs, change, reform in established business practices, and hopefully some kind of change towards encouraging and helping and supporting the people in being able to have a good life and make a decent living and feel secure in not only their earnings but in their surroundings. And this is something that is going to be a major topic. Now, one more thing I wanted to add, because for the rest of the year, the sign of Scorpio is getting a triple aspect. It's got the 7th aspect directly from Jupiter. It has the 9th aspect of Rahu. And it has the 10th aspect of karma from Saturn. So Scorpio being lorded by Mars, which is going to be in this Angaric Yoga in Pisces this month, it's under a lot of pressure. It's getting all of these planetary influences from the 3 major slow planets of the solar system. So what does this mean? This means that there's going to be a lot of change and transformation from things that are hidden from the view of the general public, from a lot of backroom negotiations, deals, secret negotiations and things of the like that is going to be hidden from public view. There's a lot of alliances being formed that we're not aware of, a lot of secret dealings happening this year that will eventually come to transform our world. So what can we do about all of this? Because I know that a lot of times when we have this view of, or this perspective of seeing how things can unfold, and again, it's just how things can unfold, it's what the planets are indicating, it can leave us feeling a bit powerless in our worlds, you know? And this is why I want to encourage all of my viewers to take the significations of the planet Scorpio and use it to transform our own lives. And this is also why it's really important to get a personal horoscope reading so you can see where and how in your chart you can best utilize these energies. When I'm giving when I'm sharing these sort of reports of general mundane astrology, it's just very general. Even though, you know, a lot of the significations of these planetary influences will come to pass, to empower ourselves, we need to see how these planetary energies are impacting us on a personal level. So I want to encourage you guys to all stay positive, to use these planetary energies to help transform your personal lives and empower you. Jupiter is a very empowering planet. How can we use it to uplift not only our own selves, but to uplift our community, uplift our planet, uplift our world? How can we come together and help each other and not buy into or be victims of any of the divisiveness that the outward world is trying to impose onto us? How can we transform our own lives? And with a Vedic astrology consultation or reading, personal birth chart reading, you can see how in your own life that you can be of agency, of effectiveness, and not feel hopeless. Because I know that in times like these, when there's war, there's aggression, there's so much happening, it can weigh heavy on us. But with this movement of Jupiter into the planet or into the sign of Taurus, just use that to motivate yourself and connect with others and connect to the planet. It's an earthly sign. Do something good for the planet and for yourself. So I hope that this was helpful. I know that sometimes with these readings, it can be difficult to see the bright side. I would want to encourage you all to see the bright side of things and to know that Jupiter is the great benefic. He is the great guru, the great teacher of wisdom. And we can all turn to the planet to be able to see and connect to that greater wisdom. In fact, I'd love to share a beautiful mantra with you all, and it's the Guru Mantra to help you connect to this wisdom and guidance of Jupiter. And this is the mantra. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Chanting this mantra, doing 108 rounds, doing it in the morning, at noon, and evening, it will help to connect you to your inner guru, to the inner guidance that's always there, available for the greater good of us all. As within, so without. All the planets and their powers and their effects are also felt within each of us. And we should connect with that planetary influence within ourselves in order to be in alignment with the light. You know, astrology is all about the language of light. And I wish us all the ability to connect with the light and shine that light out, especially during the times when it's needed most. So enjoy the life, my friends. I hope you found this report to be helpful. Have a great month of May. Use the date of May 10th of Akshaya Tritiya to do something beneficial for yourselves and for the world at large. And I will see you in the next video. Feel free to reach out to me to the email below, which is visionaryveda@gmail.com, should you like a reading or consultation with me. Take care and enjoy the life, my friends. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.